Can a 40-year-old 3 Series keep up with the fastest factory M3 ever made? We're about to find out as we modify this iconic E30 to become the 1987 M3 CS that never was. Yes, you heard right. We are about to build a 1987 M3 CS using this E30 chassis. And then we're gonna see if it can beat this 2024 M3 CS. It's David versus Goliath. I'm Sam, and this is Heritage Enthusiast Racing. This right here is what we call the ultimate test of old school versus new school.
On one side, we've got this totally rad 1987 BMW 325 IS that we picked up for $9K.
The E30 is one of the most iconic cars in automotive history.
Quad headlamps and the iconic kidney grills make the E30 recognizable to all. Sitting inside the E30, you're struck by the minimal feeling of the interior. No computer screens or heads-up displays, no M modes or fancy lighting. The E30 is pure analog goodness.
The E30 is kind of like the Turkish Olympic shooter. His competition had some wild tech and gadgets, but this guy destroyed his competition with his all analog strategy.
Pew, pew. The exterior aesthetic of the E30 has clean lines and strong boxy features that really feel kind of made in the 80s. Under the hood, we have the M20 B25 engine, a 2.5 liter inline six that produces about 168 horsepower and 164 pound-feet of torque. So in no time flat with the E30, there's an instant connection made with the driver and the car. Really, the connection point is that 5-speed manual gearbox. When you drive a classic like this, you can't help but be present and in tune with all the sounds and feedback and steering feel and tire feel that are all around you. It really, I would say, is a welcome break from the hustle and bustle of modern life.
And on the other side, we've got this monster 2024 BMW M3 Competition Sport that set us back 140K. A modern track weapon with 543 horsepower, all-wheel drive action, and more tech than a spaceship.
Everything about the 2024 M3 CS is mean. The lights are mean. The engine is mean. The body lines are mean. The performance is mean. I mean, on track, this thing is an absolute supercar killer. I'd say the CS really puts off some young, angry Arnold Schwarzenegger vibes, like when he played Dutch in Predator 1. Everything on this car has been tuned and optimized for the track. So if you want to feel telepathically connected to your track car, look no further, the CS is it. And while the CS is mean and aggressive, it also gives the driver an unmistakable feeling of refinement and control. The rowdy twin-turbo 3.0 liter inline six S58 engine makes a blistering 543 horsepower. And that power is controlled and managed by the German ZF 8-speed automatic gearbox, which can switch gears in as little as 200 milliseconds. 2 words. Shift quality. This is what makes possible the 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds and a quarter-mile time of only 10.7 seconds. BMW's Active M differential allows you to keep the power at all 4 wheels or move all the power to the rear wheels, only if you're brave enough. Regardless where the power ends up, this car is phenomenal in corner entry and in corner exit, thanks to the refined tuning on both BMW's latest M suspension and electronic steering. Though the G80 is far from analog, it really is almost telepathic how you can feel exactly what your tires are doing. You hardly flick the steering wheel, and you can put this car exactly where it needs to be. And with the specially tuned ultra stiff M suspension, there's literally 0 body movement. The CS stays flat and composed and planted through the tightest turns. This thing is a spectacle of race engineering and design. Lastly, the CS sports significant weight reduction in the form of carbon, and more carbon. BMW has placed carbon in every nook and cranny of this thing. The hood is carbon, the roof is carbon, the center console is carbon, and actually the entire interior is basically carbon. And this is what we are going to pattern our E30 build after. Now, if the goal here is to create our own E30 M3 CS, you might be asking why this isn't an M3. Bruh. Well, that's because an E30 M3 is hella expensive and extremely hard to come by. And unlike the US government, we actually have a budget that we plan to stick to. As you can imagine, almost everything on this E30 is going to be changed and upgraded. With the help of Riot Racing and other well-known E30 experts, we're talking engine swap, suspension, brakes, aero, wheels, tires, everything, all with the hope that we can do it on a budget that won't require me to sell another kidney to pay for it. So yeah, this core 325 IS is the perfect starting point for what we need to build a 1987 CS. Keep in mind as well, in the 1980s, BMW produced other unique and obscure E30 models. These variants included the 333i from South Africa, the 325 IS Evo 2, also from South Africa, and the M325i in New Zealand. Wait, what? New Zealand was the first to put a real M badge on a non-M car? An M badge on a non-M car? Gotta be honest, mate. Doesn't make any sense. These models featured some substantial suspension and steering upgrades from the base 3 Series, and some could even outdo the M3 in performance. So this unique 1987 CS build is not as outlandish as it may seem. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see if we can make her worthy of an M badge at the end of all this. And you know what? You can't really know where you are going until you know where you've been. So let's do a quick deep dive into the origin story of this incredibly iconic and popular chassis. The E30 chassis is not only the foundation of the legendary M3 sports car, but also the foundation of the most successful touring race car of all time. In the early 80s, BMW's board of management once again wanted to see a series production car on the racetrack. This was mostly because their arch rivals Mercedes were obliterating everyone in the DTM series with their 190e 2.3 16. Well, BMW wanted to get a little piece of that action, show their peeps across town they were a force to be reckoned with. As a racing homologation model, the M3 finally rolled to the starting line in 1986. The Group A regulations required that at least 5,000 road-legal copies of a racing car had to be sold within 12 months for a vehicle to be homologated for racing. The engineers and designers at BMW had an absolute riot developing the M3. They had all the latest computer software the 80s could offer and the best BMW racing performance parts at their disposal. They dropped in upgraded brakes, tuned the suspension, and damping for racing, and got really innovative with their steering system and gearbox. But the heart of the first M3 was definitely its unique and sophisticated 4-cylinder S14 engine. Even absent a turbocharger, this beast of a 4-banger puts out a whopping 200 horsepower. Some of the engine's best features were its lightweight, durability, and high torque. BMW engineers really took this engine project to the next level by using proven engine technology from their M1 supercar project just a handful of years earlier. But BMW wasn't done with its brilliant design yet. The finishing touches that make the M3 worthy of an M badge was its aerodynamics. The front and rear bumpers, the wide body fenders, the side skirts, the C-pillar, the iconic rear wing were all specially designed and changed from the base model 3 Series to make the M3 squash its competition. And did it squash its competition? Immediately upon its arrival to the DTM, or German Touring Car Championship, the M3 was a wild success. It won the World Championship in its first year, then a European title shortly thereafter, then national champs in France, Italy, and England, then champs at the Nürburgring and Spa 24 Hours. Short distance, long distance, it didn't matter. On and on, the E30 M3 just couldn't stop winning. The competition would only get stiffer with new superior technology, massive amounts of horsepower, and all-wheel drive traction. But the E30 M3 would continue to stay the top dog. Get this, in the span of just 4.5 years, the E30 M3 won 1,436 races. 1,436 race wins in just 1,628 days. That's a race win nearly every single day. That's a lot of winning.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
No wonder at the time it was nicknamed God's Chariot. All of this proves to us that a well thought out, balanced car is more important than sheer horsepower or all-wheel drive traction any day. So the E30 M3 was and still, in fact, the most successful racing car of all time. Now, enough talking about it. Let's get these things to the track.
All right, we're here today at Utah Motorsports Campus East Track to benchmark the E30 against the CS to see just how big of a gap we have to close. We've got my friend Bryson Liu to push these cars to their limit.
Bryson is a pro driver for Lamborghini Trofeo and also a driver and a coach for Riot Motorsport. Which car do you want first?
I'm taking the M3 CS first.
Awesome.
Bryson will be given 3 laps per car to nail down the best lap time. It's about to go down.
Sam, the traction control is still on.
Yeah, I mean, we can turn it off.
No, brake pads look the same. Turn it all off and send it back out.
Yeah, dude, something's broken. Hey, the wheel weights are gone on the front right on the G80.
Tyler says we're good.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna send them out then. All right, here we go. So while Bryson was out on his hot laps, came flying down the front straight and lost it just a little bit. Went off and went into the gravel on turn 1. Got a couple rocks jammed between the calipers and the wheel, and we lost all our wheel weights. So gonna have to get those rebalanced. My heart sank a little bit when I saw him with all four wheels off of at turn 1. That was a little nerve-wracking. I was worried, but I said, Bryson's got it. We're all good though. Some high intensity driving here at the track today, with the G80 lap time coming in at 1 minute 41 seconds and the E30 lap time coming in at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. You can clearly see that there is a massive 27-second gap for us to close. Let's see what Bryson has to say. Bryson, we just finished up at the track. Let's first talk about the 2024 CS. What was the overall feel? What were first impressions?
I mean, first off, the speed is amazing. Bottom to mid acceleration is amazing. It definitely puts you back in those CS seats and you're along for the ride. Handling wise, you don't feel a lot of the weight. It handles really good, and also steering wheel feel is pretty impressive. Like the balance of the car, you'd think it would be like really heavy and kind of like a pig, but it gets moving really well.
It kind of looks like a pig though, not gonna lie. Let's first talk weaknesses and then strengths.
That's a tough one because it's just such a capable car. I would say I could probably use a little bit more under braking, just braking feel. But other than that, I think it's a really solid platform, and it's going to be really hard to beat with the E30.
It's completely David versus Goliath. Like, what was it, 23 seconds?
Yeah,
24 seconds difference? All right, well then let's now switch and talk about the E30, because we know how successful this chassis was, but what was the initial just knee-jerk reaction, your first impressions?
I mean, first off, the E30 is one of my dream cars. It's such a classic for everybody. I think the main things on this car are the handling. It handles amazing for being 20 plus years old. Steering feel, you could feel every bump, any little curbing you take.
What would you say are the main weak points of the E30? Did you have some understeer?
Oh yeah, we had some major understeer for sure. I think she could use some more juice, just a little bit more oomph.
Yeah. It's one of the most well-balanced cars I've ever driven, and you can tell the amount of effort, time, and focus that went into perfecting the balance of this car. You know, BMW engineers in the 70s and 80s really outdid themselves, and we really want to do right by the BMW name, by the M name, and really make this thing scream. What do you think the likelihood is that we can
get this to be competitive with the G80?
With some great engineers behind you, I'd give it 95% chance.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
95%.
Honestly, it's a major feat. It's a major project that we've endeavored on, but I'm with you. And now we really know, and we have a baseline of where the 2024 CS and where the 1987 E30 are, so that when we go to build this one-of-a-kind 1987 M3 CSs, we can truly know where we started from. So, brother, thank you so much.
I want to thank you too for letting me take both your babies out.
Oh, it's good times. Good times. So the E30 is great and iconic on its own, but it's not nearly as planted as the G80. So the first step in making our 1987 E30 CS is a complete suspension overhaul with Riot Motorsport here in Utah. So we'll see you in episode 2.